Okay, well, here's my response to that, Anna. I remember my mum. My mum was a good woman. I remember watching my mum doing the ironing. Ironing is not, on the surface, a particularly violent act, but I remember watching her and something would make me all, I don't know, sort of queasy and uneasy about it. But in those rigid and repressive traditions that assign ancient gender roles that saw my father sat on his armchair watching the flickering box, fat on the food that my mum had just cooked, while behind him she ran an iron, over his shirt, perfectly happy and unquestioningly, because the ant doesn't question the crumb that she is lifting to take back to the farm. The fact is that it made the 5, 8, 9, whatever-year-old me queasy, because what I was watching was one of the most violent acts I could imagine. Now, I know there wasn't any blood, there weren't any bullets being fired, no bones snapping or people screaming, but in the hissing of that iron, and in the fabric of I don't know, the old sort of shaggy carpet on the floor and the patterned paper on the walls in our 2 up, 2 down terrace box that we lived in our open prison that is the north of England, in all of that, there are silent, invisible, but real bombs going off every second of every minute of every day. There is violence in the 5-day week and in the illusion the weekend means you're free. The weekend is just parole, nothing more. There is violence in the boredom and the inactivity of the unemployed. There is violence in the long streets of houses, boxes for the workers, cells for the inmates. And in the illusion this freedom gives us, like the free-range chicken who wrongly equates having more soil to trample around on with escaping the axe. There is violence in the road grid of the city and the rapid transit systems that take us to and from our prison cell homes to the beehive. There is violence, Anna, in the boy dressed in blue and the girl dressed in pink. There is violence in the boy who is given a train set and the girl who is given a Wendy house. So with the greatest of respect to your mum and her theory about violence, and I'm sure that she is lovely, I am, but fuck your mum! Because there is more violence in her statement than on the streets of Paris, on the streets of Germany, and on the streets of Madrid, and very soon on the streets of London. The blood that pours out of that statement is awful! It's awful!